I.S.U.P.K.
All I'm going to tell you, man, if you want to stay plugged in and tuned in, make sure you subscribe to I.S.U.P.K on YouTube. A lot of powerful information will be coming out this summer, and you want to stay tuned in. The minute they drop it, it's coming right to you, baby, as soon as you subscribe. So make sure you handle that business and subscribe to your I.S.U.P.K.
Anybody in here know who Christopher Columbus is? Who Christopher Columbus is? Go ahead, Trooper Kaz.
Christopher Columbus is an Italian who went to Spain, and over with Spain, he came in the Caribbean islands. He so-called discovered America, but he didn't. And brought their wealth and Spain rich off of did. And so he led it a whole bunch of other more I forgot what you call them, but to go over into Mexico and Texas and to get more wealth.
Okay, so yeah, what they taught us in school is that everybody back then thought the world was flat, had a suspicion that the world was round, proved that the world was round by making it to Asia west instead of east. Everybody heard that story, right? All right. So I got this article. Go figure. The site is understandingprejudice.org. All right. So everything that I'm reading out this article, you can take it with a grain of salt. It is not. We're going to follow it up with some scriptures. Christopher Columbus, The Untold Story. You can Google it, look it up. From get a little bit better. But it's some things I want to grab out of here. So y'all know, in prejudice.com, little flag on it. Making me second guess, but the information on it is accurate. All right. Many people are surprised to learn that Christopher Columbus and his men enslaved native inhabitants. Trooper Khan just told you that. Forced them to convert to Christianity. Why the hell that ain't never come up in school? Fooled them with violence in an effort to seek riches. They never talk about him that was over here. For readers who are skeptical or wish to learn more, This page contains information that can be confirmed by consulting the sources cited after reading the page. All right. First thing is Christopher Columbus didn't come over here looking to prove that the world was round. Christopher Columbus came over here for the same thing that every planet does what he does for. Somebody give me the answer. Go ahead, Trooper. What you'll learn is, to a people who have no God, thing to them is money and power. And money is power in this society. Columbus did not come over here to prove nothing about no world being round. He came over for money. In this site. On April 17, 1492, before his first voyage to the Americas, Columbus negotiated a business contract with King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain, entitling him to 10% of all profits. In this contract, the Spanish sovereigns agreed. It goes on to read what's in there, and it just says that of all of every kind of merchandise, precious stones, gold, silver, spices, whatsoever and whatever kind, name, and sort obtained within the limits, etc., he gets a 10th part of it. They paying him tithes for coming to do what he did, right? And his fourth voyage and final voyage to the Americas, Columbus summed up his feeling about gold in July 7, 1503 to a letter and Queen. Gold is most excellent. Gold is treasure. And he who possesses it, he wishes to in this world. Learn out of everything he did on this voyage. He didn't say nothing about the world. I learned the world was round. Around. In his memoirs, what he wrote in that letter he sent to them, it was about gold. Everybody understand that, right? Okay. Can somebody in this class tell me who was already over here culture before Christopher Columbus came over here?
Shalaki.
Isupk.
That's how he know Indian, sir.
A more accurate statement would be what?
What are they, Simeon?
A more accurate statement would be what? We talking to the tribes, we say the blacks or Latinos or the what? Native, the native Indians. What does that word native mean? Somebody look it up. Somebody want to tell me what it means before we find it, or y'all just gonna wait?
I'm guessing I think it's in Slovakia. Well, that's
You said Slovakia. You ain't said it loud, but
the indigenous. I think it means indigenous. I think
the brother said it means indigenous. Anybody got the definition? In the definition, let me get y'all this part right here. The native people on October 12, 1492, the first day he encountered the native people of the Americas. His journal. They should be good servants, our Lord being pleased. At the time of my departure, 6 natives for your highness. These captives were later paraded through the streets of Barcelona and Seville when Columbus returned to Spain. In his very first contact with the native people, Columbus had their domination in mind. For example, on October 14, 1492, Columbus wrote in his journal, "Men, they can all be subjugated to do what is required of them." These were not mere words. After his second voyage, Columbus sent back consignment to be sold as slaves. Somebody get me the word native. Y'all got it yet? Y'all playing today. I'll get it myself. Nobody got that definition?
Like I said, I was just, making a chance.
Go ahead, 500.
Native, through the Merriam dictionary, a person born in a specified place with a baby with a place by birth.
Okay.
Whether resident there or not.
Okay, y'all get that, right? These were the people who were born in the land that he discovered, resided in the land that he discovered. Now they tell you about the Atlantic slave trade, about them picking up quote unquote Africans and bringing them to America. Telling you that they took people that were already here, Barcelona, Spain, paraded them around through the streets and enslaved them. Now, I.S.U.P.K. those people was that Christopher Columbus grabbed from these lands that were native to this land, took back over to Spain. Anybody? Go ahead.
They were part of Israel.
That's what I wanted to hear. The children of Israel. I think knew slaving and taking back over there. I want to hear both of y'all answer. Go ahead first, Akaz. What you think? I says yes for 500. Nishat, what you think?
Definitely.
You said definitely?
Definitely, he knew.
Both of y'all said definitely he knew. Okay. Movie 1492 came out in the late 90s, I want to say. Columbus's voyage over to why he came, how he came. Get that close. All right. Be able to pull it up where y'all can hear it. Man, he's at something. They asking him, well, why you want to go west? I think it's another way to get to Asia. On west. And the dude said, well, what make you think that? Naming things. He said this. And that reason. Reasons he said, Idris. He said, Idris. King says to him, but Idris is a Jew. You shouldn't listen to him. Now, what in Idris is he talking about? Anybody know that? Go ahead.
Talking about that the 10 tribes took.
Are y'all familiar with that? Okay, let's go ahead and get that then. Give you some context on this. Basically, the tribes were amongst the heathens. They were trying to keep the commandments, but they weren't doing a good job of it. So they're trying to come up with another plan. All right. 39. Give me that second. Yeah.
Chapter 13, verse 39. Whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable men. Verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners to land in the time of Osea, the king.
So this is what we're talking about now. Second Kings, you have the split. Our tribes go one way because they don't want to follow the king. And have tribes go the other way. The king. These other tribes that left, the 10 tribes, I got it right. They would be considered the northern tribes, correct?
The 9.5.
The 9.5 tribes are the northern tribes. 2.5 tribes, Benjamin and Levi. Those are the southern tribes. Israel was operating as 2 kingdoms, but it was the same people. These 10 tribes that left found themselves carried away into another land trying to get away from following the law, statutes, and commandments. They end up under Osea the king.
The king of Assyria led away captives.
So they going into slavery in all different types of ways. The curses that's in Deuteronomy 28, Atlantic slave trade was not the first captivity. Already been in captivity under the Babylonians, under the Egyptians, under the Medes, under the Persians, under the Assyrians. He's saying they led Syria, led them away captive. We got to learn the Assyrian alphabet of Hebrew in order for us to pass the test. All right, because they took the Jews, just like America has the Jews. Syria did the same thing. Keep going.
And he carried them over the waters. They into another land.
Okay, so this king carries them. They go into another land. That land, this is where we at verse 41. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would lead the multitude of the heathen forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
And go forth.
And go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Okay, so you got all the people operating in the world. They take them captive, take them into a strange land, and they trying to get away from the heathens that have them captive. They themselves and said, we're going to run away into a land where never mankind dwelt. I mean, so far. This is how the 10 tribes got into South America, running from the people who were taking them captive.
there keep this, which they never kept in their own land.
Y'all see that? Now that they're in captivity, they want to decide. They've been taken over to another land, taken captive. Now they want to decide to run from the heathens and get back to the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. Sound like me. It sound like me. It sound like you. Now that the white man's got his foot on your neck, you want to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Yahweh Shai allowing us to be able to do that. And Barakatah Yahweh for his mercy do that based on what Yahweh Shai did. Everybody understand that, right? Because they were still under the covenant and they broke it. Get back into the Lord's good graces, so now they want to go back and do what they supposed to do from the jump. Same people today, y'all. Keep going.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow places of the river.
Go ahead.
For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood passed over.
Okay, keep going.
Through that country there was a great way to go, of a year and a half.
Okay.
In the same region. In the same region is called Asaris.
All right, now where Asareth, it was an improper, that's an improper translation of a different word that was there. I would have to go back and look it up. I just remember from Captain Katazai saying it was another word that was there, but them running from these captives that took them, they end up going through the Euphrates, and then they end up being in the water, taking a trip that took a year and a half for them to get there. Now, if you can imagine, without technology, without knowing where they was going, they're captives. They got boats or whatever, and it's taking them a year and a half to go into a country or a land where never mankind dwelt before. Now, if Christopher Columbus, 1,000 years later, finds these records of Esdras, he knows these 10 tribes are over there. People are over there. I wish I could play that clip for y'all. Y'all be crazy. It's weird. But anyways, and then he comes over here, tribes here, they speak in Hebrew. Akkad, he told you he had a Hebrew translator that got him over here and said, take me to my people or something like that. And then when he get here, all he do is take them captive to Spain. A person that should be celebrated. Is this a person that should have his own holiday? Is this a good person? Why in the hell is America celebrating this person? Huh? Because the devil that the Bible speaks. So I thought Yamayan was with me. He falling asleep over here. I thought he was with me. Give me Deuteronomy 11 and 16. I'm gonna get Trooper Yamayan to go ahead and read that. I can't take care of my business because they want to celebrate somebody who killed, slaughtered my Native American brothers and sisters. Deuteronomy 11 and 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 16. Take heed to yourselves that your heart be not deceived, and serve other gods and worship them.
Okay, so this is what was given to Moses all the way back then. heed to yourselves that your heart, when you're talking about your heart in the Bible, it's talking about your mind. Be not deceived. See, this is what happening. Too long, you'll have blacks, Native American Indians, and Hispanics celebrating Christopher Columbus Day, just like they celebrate Veterans Day, just like they celebrate the 4th of July, just like they celebrate Labor Day. And none of these have anything to do with you. None of these are anything to celebrate. They celebrate your death, just like Thanksgiving. Don't let your mind be deceived and turn that aside. What would you be turning aside from? Anybody? Go ahead.
The law, statutes, and the commandments.
Damn right. Aside from these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because if you do, you're going to serve other powers. You're going to serve gods, which are men, which are figurines, which are the sun, all of the stuff that the Most High made, and you won't be serving the Most High. And it says, and you'll worship them. Worships Christopher Columbus. Worships Martin Luther King. Our founding fathers. A flag. What do all of these things have in common that I'm naming? Go ahead.
Murder.
Things help contribute to the destruction of the Lord's chosen people. That's what America celebrates. Everybody understand? Now, let me go back a little bit. After turning out the Jews is what the name of part is. Columbus sought to convert native people to Catholicism. Let me read that again. He knew they was Jews. Over here to get money, gold. And on top of that, Columbus sought to convert the native people to Catholicism. In the prologue to his journal, Voyage, Columbus wrote to Ferdinand and Isabella. This is Columbus' words right here I'm reading. Your Highness, Christians and princes who love the holy and the propagation of it, who are enemies of the sect Mahoma, which in parentheses, I guess that meant Islam, and to all and heresies resolve to send me alone to the said parts of India to see the said princes, that they might be converted to our holy faith. And having turned out all the Jews, kingdom and lordships, your Highness gave orders to me that with a sufficient fleet I should go to the said parts of India. I shall forget sleep and shall work at the business of navigation so that this service is performed for you. Aside from the gold that I'm going to get, we've already taken the Jews from ruling over the lands that we now rule. He knows about the dark ages when blacks, Europe, correct? Everybody in here knows that, right? Don't. Okay, well, this is right after that. Galatians, where it said the devil would rule for 1,000 years, or would be enchained for 1,000 years, and then after that he would be loosed. That's what happened. Europe for 1,000 years, and then the devil was loosed. All right, and then when he came out, what they did was they first took back Europe, out of Europe first, out of Jerusalem, eventually into the deeper parts of Africa, to destroy them even further. Diet when we was talking about. Got to a point where they had to go all the way over here to this land where nobody was dwelling to get back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Movie 1492, based on his journal, we know you done got rid of the Jews where we at. Now it's time to go and convert them into Christians. Well, look at the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians today. From 1492 to 2017, what are most black people? Go ahead. Christians. Most Haitians. To that, Catholics. Most Hispanic, the Spanish tribes, Catholics, Native American Indians, they have destroyed them. You can barely find one of them. They got some sort of Christianity on them. The truth is Christianity anyway. Everybody understand what's going on here, right? This fool who they got a day named after. I don't even go into the part that, you know, the Pope got involved. We already know what the Pope stands for. What his job is, essentially the one who had his son or his son painted as Yahushua for his year. Alexander the Sixth is the one who issued in 1493, granting official ownership of the New World to Ferdinand and Isabella, who enslaved our people. And this is the day why the Hispanic tribes believe that they're Spanish, why they speak Spanish, because of Christopher Columbus's journey. National holiday came in 1971. Celebrating it, better to do.
What's a lot, sir?
Meanwhile, one second. You had the Trail of Tears. You had all these different things that they did of Indians, take them back over, brought us over. He had slaves on his ships. Man, in the eyes of white Christian American people.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. The I.S.U.P.K presents the Florida Cookout at John Prince Paul, December 16, 2017.
The producer.
Only black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians are invited. So come down and join your brothers in the spirit of brotherhood, and let's get this thing rocking. We're gonna have plenty food, we're gonna have plenty drink, we're gonna have plenty music, and we're gonna have brothers and sisters coming together like how the Most High intended for us to do. Once again, that's the Florida Cookout at John Prince Paul. The address is 2700 6th Avenue South, Lake Worth, Florida. That's 2700 6th Avenue South, Lake Worth, Florida. December 16, 2017. Come down and enjoy this nice and hot Florida weather during the winter time.